Hello and welcome. Today we have this lesson divided in 3 parts. Let me close that. And the first part is to add the angular pipes. So we had to create a pipe using transform, and then create a reference called term, and create a transform array for it. And then we had to use a filter for to lowercase, and then filter the names for the contacts. In case, let's see, if we put BA, we can see all the BAs there. Or if we can put Lee, we can search for Lee. And that's pretty much all done by using pipe. And let me show you here in the console. Let me go to contact. Sorry, I'm opening up. All right. So here, this is what we have. It's a pipe that we had to create it. This is pretty much following the instructions. So we just import the pipe in pipe transform, then import contacts because we're going to be filtering the contacts. And then we had to create this this function over here that will search for the contacts during the search. And we also had to add a search form in the in the contact detail form. No, it wasn't the contact detail. It was contact list, right? Contact list HTML. So we had to, this code pretty much was given to us that we had to download, and we had to replace pretty much all this part over here with the one that they gave it to us. And then we had to add the input class. This is pretty much all we had to do. It was to put this part right here to create the search box. It's just a form control, nothing fancy to it. And then once we did that, we created a pipe, and the pipe just pretty much helped us search. And yeah, that's pretty much it. After that, we had to create a Firebase database. Sorry, I had a funny name here so I can distinguish myself from others, because the CMS 430 was taken. So I just put a name that I'm familiar with. It's called ANMAC test dash test. Pretty much all we had to do is go to Firebase, Google Doc, create a new project. And in that project, we went to the real-time database and created a new database. And then we had to import JSON. Once we import the JSON from the file that was provided to us, it created all the contacts, documents, and message in the server instead of the mock files that we had. So here, as you see, sorry, I just created as a test. We can delete that. As you see, it's still working just the same as before. And we can add a document. We can call my name. Just gonna put the speed test as a document URL. We hit save, and this goes over here. And it works just like the same before. If you click on it, you go to it. And if you come here to the test and go to documents, you're going to see another message here, the one that we just created with the URL, that we just created. Much like the ones before, ID, created, URL, nothing changed before from before. So let's go back. We can delete. If we delete, as you see, the number 12 went away. And if we add a new one, we put testing, and then URL, just use the same. We're going to see here that it has created a testing with the URL. I didn't put any document description, sorry. So that's why it doesn't have in the description. But if we put, see, testing 2, the description, this is the speed test speed website, and then the document URL. If we hit save, it'd be just the same. And if we go here, just like I told you before, you create a new ID, testing, URL. So that part is all working. And I'm gonna just delete this too. So let's look at the code in the documents. App, documents. So we're gonna go to service. And this is the part that we had to change. So first we had to add the HTTP client and HTTP headers from angular.http. So we can use those modules. And first and foremost, we had to add the HTTP client module to the imports in order to make everything else to work for the HTTP. So going back to the message here, so we had, not message, we want document for right now. Document, there we go. So document, so we're not using the mocks anymore, so I can just delete that. And then, so we had the max ID number created document. We had to add this part right here, just according to the instructions. And then we added the modules here, so it works. And then we're mostly going to be using this for what we're going to be doing. So I just commented out the this because we don't need that anymore. So we're just getting the documents from, so it will load the documents there. The constructor will also add the HTTP client, so we can use the HTTP name. We could have used this, but it's much easier to use this than to type the whole thing. Anyways, in the get document, it was pretty much given to us this piece of the code as well. But because it's the new version of Angular, the subscribe in Java, the subscribe here, we had to do it differently. And gladly, one of co-students figured that out and helped us out with this. But here we had to, like, in the instructions, we had to go document, but we had to add the curly braces and add next. So all of this code doesn't get deprecated. And then this is pretty much the same as it was given before. And the error log, it's also different. Instead of just putting error log.any, we had to actually assign a parameter to the error and then log in the console. So that's the difference between the instructions and what we currently have to do with the new version. And then we had to create the store documents here, and we had to create this. So you will push, or I mean put, because put can be for post and update, because you would just add or update the current document. So this will just put, use the put command to the HTTP website, and then the documents.json. So this pretty much is what it's gonna be adding to the server, to the Fire server that's provided by Google. And then subscription, so we know what's going on, so you can subscribe and we can bind to it. So, and then, so we had to go to each part, so into the add document, and replace this get document to this star document now. So we replace that, and actually I left it over here. So we replace this with this part right here. So you will run this code there and add or update the document. Delete document, same thing. You will just delete the documents from the server. So that's pretty much it. Contact, I'm just gonna show you right now. Not contact detail, we want contact service. Contact, pretty much the same. Everything's pretty much the same as the document, but with the contact name, no changes whatsoever in there. As you can see, same thing there. Same thing here. No changes, just, yep, no changes whatsoever. And just the same, replacing the add document with this. Same thing for update document, and same thing for delete. I mean contact, not document, but the same apply for document. And let me show you messages while we're here, and then we'll go check those to see if they work. But message TF, so this part is the same. We only have add message. We don't have delete message button yet. So we don't have a delete message. So, but this time we had to create this for the add message. We also had to create change event and a subject for it, just like what we had to do before in the previous lessons. And then we add the add message here, and pretty much the same to store the message. Not much change in there. And so not much change from one code to the other. So let's go back here. We already checked the add document. We can just add a document. Then you just show up there. The document is there. We can delete. It will go away. And as we see, it just shows up in the server, and you will update. And once we delete, you will just take it away. All right, if we go to contacts, I have a contact there. I'm gonna delete that contact. I'm gonna add a new contact. URL, it's my Facebook picture. For the image, we can drag the contacts the right way. And then we can save, and that will show up here. If we hit edit, the contacts are there. If we delete it and hit save, you'll do it in the server as well. And if we go here, we can see number 18, that's my contact. and it has all the information that it needs. Since I deleted the contacts, if we delete from here, that contact went away as you just saw. So it works pretty much as the document message. So we don't have a delete button on the message yet. I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing that in the next lessons or if it's just gonna keep a log. So because it doesn't know who I am yet, I don't know, it's probably gonna be on other lessons because we don't have a login, so we don't have a session for that. So it won't record my name, but it will record a message. Let's see. This is a test. I'm gonna send, and we get that this is a test. Pretty much the same as the other ones. It's working perfectly. And oh yeah, and sorry, I had to sort out a bunch of stuff when I was using the console log to do that. But anyways, so that's pretty much it, and everything is working like it should. And that's it for the video for today.